Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. CSK fans have gotten what they had wished for so long. MS Dhoni at number 6, having an impact in the game as well. Of course, he could not take the team to the finish line, but he tried and he went down fighting. Rajasthan Royals have won by 6 runs, a very close match. CSK took it down to the wire, but entertaining nonetheless. Shomik, let's start with the man of the day. No matter who performs, yes, there is a Manindu Hasaranga who picked up 4 wickets. Yes, there is a Shivam Dubey who performed well. Yes, there is a Ruturaj Gaikwad with a 63. But all eyes, all attention on MS Dhoni.
Yeah, the entire Barsapara Stadium in Guwahati and Rajasthan Royals are playing their home game there, and it was the entire stadium was yellow, and it's the case.
Yeah.
Wherever CSK go, I mean, be it Calcutta, be it Guwahati, be it Bombay, wherever they go, and that's because of the man. But the harsh reality is that he can no longer take his team over the line. That phase is gone. That See, it is sort of like if you ask Cristiano Ronaldo to be the Premier League's best player now, that is not going to happen. He is jolly well settled in Saudi Arabia, playing in the Saudi Arabian League, scoring goals. That is fine, and uh, he offers his brand that commercial value. From CSK's point of view, it's also the same. Apart from his brain, and he being the mentor, the team mentor, and the connection, there is there is a financial thing also. We shouldn't overlook that because it's not Indian cricket, right? You can be a successful franchise in this league even without winning matches. So it is about building your brand. It is about the optimizing your commercial potential. And from that point of view, in terms of CSK's commercial potential and the brand, Dhoni probably contributes to 70% of that. And you can see from the fan following and everything the way people are fanatic about Dhoni. So from that point of view, CSK still gain a lot with Dhoni in the side as a player. If he was the player, that brand, it I mean, that brand value would have dipped. So as long as he is the player, so that is a very financial thing we have to take into consideration. But coming to cricket, CSK, as Kwame Mbangwa was saying on commentary, CSK haven't chased down 180 plus total since 2019. I thought today they might break that jinx. I thought because Rajasthan Royals as a team didn't inspire much confidence. But today even CSK failed, and I think this is going to be a very long season for them once again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's one comment here that says Nashley is saying, waiting for someone to say, why did Dhoni come this early? Overton should have come before him. Ashley, I can guarantee you no one will say that. No one will say that. At least not CSK fans. They got a great show tonight. Yes, he tried. Yes, Dhoni tried, but went down fighting, like I said before as well. Bharat, um, MS Dhoni. That's going to be the talking point today. He's got the shot. He's got the shot. Some of them were really good shots. Some of them, of course, not connecting well, not carrying over to the boundary. But what did you think of his show tonight?
You see, obviously he's 43, so his body won't move like what it used to be. So that is expected. That's expected. So certain lengths, maybe if you ball away from his zone, away from his batting zone, away from his hitting zone, outside of, or if you ball hard length, and also he's been struggling a little bit against spin. Some kind of certain kind of wrist spin has been struggling a bit in the recent past. So there are certain kinds of bowlers against whom he doesn't play well. But still, he played a couple of decent strokes right at the end. One was that ram shot he tried, and then obviously that straight six that is smashed off Sandeep. So if it is in his slot, if it is in his zone, I think he still can connect. Otherwise, he's struggling. But we also have to talk about someone like Ravindra Jadeja. Yeah, at one point of time, he was on 24 of 19 deliveries. That's not going to work. He came at a time when they needed 74 of 37 or around that mark, 2 runs per ball they needed, and he went at just over 100 strike rate. Sorry to say that doesn't work. So they have problems outside of just MS Dhoni. Obviously, the top order batters, Rachin Ravindra, for all his class against spin, I think he has a problem against away going delivery over the wicket, slanting away from him. Jofra Archer again exploited that. It has been exploited before as well, right from Pat Cummins to everyone has exploited that over the wicket angle. Recently, Hardik Pandya did that in the Champions Trophy. So even their main batter has a weakness, that is Sachin Ravindra against seam bowling. And someone like even someone like Rahul Tripathi, he's not getting any anger, and he looked a little lost against pace. Yes, they dropped Deepak Huda, brought Shankar, who's a good striker of the ball, but in the IPL, unfortunately, he hasn't fulfilled his potential. So they have problems, a lot of problems outside of Dhoni as well, even with their seam attack. They tried to use Jamie Orton with the new ball. Jamie Orton has played some 110 T20 games and has bowled in the power play only thrice. In 110 matches, he's bowled in the power play only thrice. So he's basically a hard length bowler who bowls after the power play. But CSK were forced to use him up front. So that tells that trying to patch up all their problems with silver tape. That's what they're basically trying to do, which I don't think will work for long.
Shomik, there's an interesting question here by Aneet. He's saying Thikshana last over was the changing point of the game. He defended quite a bit. He was very good in that over. They left too much focus for the last 2 overs. What do you think?
Um, that has been that has been CSK's strength set over the years, taking the game deep. But I mean, T20 cricket has changed. T20 cricket has changed. But before going to Thiksana, I would like to talk about MS Dhoni a bit more. See, it's talking about the technical nitty gritties and everything. And I mean, whether he can score if the ball is not in his zone or arc. I think at this point of time, it is just a waste of time. There is no need. There is no need. Dhoni has passed that stage. E- Enjoy while it lasts. He will not play for. He will not play forever. Sooner rather than later, his playing time will come to an end, and he will not get another MS Dhoni. That's for sure. So enjoy while it lasts. Going beyond the results, what he is contributing, in which area he is, these are all irrelevant at this point of time for this man. He doesn't even look to have that much of hunger as far as playing IPL is concerned. Why? He has achieved everything. There is nothing left to be achieved. So from that point of view, enjoy while it lasts. You will not, once again, I'm saying that you will not get another MS Dhoni. I mean, so that is one thing. And yes, there are certain things CSK might have to change their approach. It is still very early days in the IPL, just 3 matches. But if CSK need more power in the top order, number one, they have to play Devon Conway. They have to play Devon Conway. So going ahead, I hope there would be changes, and let's see if they can pull things back.
All right, all right. Let's go back to the first innings. Bharat Noor Ahmed once again very clinical with the ball, picking up 4 wickets along with Jadeja and Matisha Pathirana as well. What did you think of CSK bowlers tonight? You're on mute.
Doing very well in this tournament. So it's not a surprise that Noor has continued to pick up wickets. Maybe it's that left arm angle. I asked once Kuldeep Yadav's coach as well. He also talked about how that over the wicket left arm angle tends to help wrist spinners, especially in the T20 format, because the batters always will look to line you up, right-handed batters. But with right-handed batters, what they have to do is they have to open themselves up a little bit against left arm wrist spinners bowling from over the wicket, and then line them up and hit through the line. I think that is what is helping all these left arm wrist spinners from Kuldeep Yadav to Noor Ahmad to Vignesh. Yeah, he's bowled well. Even someone like Khalil Ahmad, I think, has really improved as a bowler. He has bowled well in this particular tournament. The left armer bowled with pace. He's bowled some hard lengths and has got the ball to swing away. And yes, even Matisha Patirana got it right. I think the key with Matisha Patirana is has gone back to his old action, that is that low release point. In South Africa T20 League, he was bowling with a higher release point. I don't think it helps someone like Patirana, because the batters seem to pick his length much better when he's bowling with a higher release. So it's gone back to the lower release point. I think that's what is helping CSK. Well, that's what is helping Patirana. So yeah, they bowled well, did decently to restrict Rajasthan Royals to 182. Maybe it was a par score, but again, the top order looks very jittery against hard length and pace. And down the order also, they don't seem to have the necessary firepower to really take them past the finish line.
Yeah, there's a question here. Edu for all Chan. Okay. Even in the last match when Dhoni came in, it was 15 15 plus runs per over, the required run rate. Why was no one questioning the top order and middle order of CSK? Why always blame Dhoni? I
I
fail
just
to see where
questioned.
we are
I just questioned the
blaming
top order.
Dhoni.
We have
I
been
just questioned the top order
we have
only.
been continuously questioning the top order and middle order.
Yeah.
We have we have been constantly doing that. We have been saying all along that Rahul Tripathi is washed. Deepak Khuda was a liability. They changed him with Vijay Shankar, but Vijay Shankar doesn't guarantee a match winning, a sort of Phil Salt like knock up. I mean, in the upper middle order. So from that point of view, we have been constantly questioning. Even Ravindra Jadeja is not a marauder. Even Ravindra Jadeja, he will hit the odd sixes and fours, but he will accumulate his runs. He will nudge and push. He will look to take a couple or three, hitting the ball into the gaps. So the real marauder in that batting lineup was Shibham Dube, especially against spin, especially against spin. But apart from that, and Shibham Dube didn't have a good game yesterday. Today, I wouldn't say controversial, because eventually he accepted his dismissal and didn't show any dissent or resentment. But fact of the matter is that, from my point of view, I was not too convinced about the catch, because I thought the TV umpire picked the wrong angle, didn't pick the right angle, and it should have been zoomed also. But we have been constantly questioning CSK's top and upper middle order.
Good point brought up by Shomik here. We'll come back to talking about the middle or the CSK top order, but let's talk about that catch. Bharat, what did you think of it? At that point, did you have enough conclusive evidence that that was a catch, that was a fair catch?
Not sure they saw it enough. Maybe they didn't see the enough angles. But that's what the umpires decided. But I don't think it's just about one catch that basically decided the game. Though Shivam Dube is a very good player of spin, but I guess it was not very conclusive from the angle that they showed. Maybe they could have seen one more angle and then taken a decision. But CSK, I think, have bigger problems than that. As we talked about the top order, I don't think it is just about. I don't think it is just about Tripathi, Huda, and all. I think they have bigger problems than that, because Gaikwad also. See, if you notice, he's someone who played. Yes, he played well. He scored 63 or 44. But once you play that kind of an innings, an anchor role type of innings, then you have to take the team past the finish line. He played 44 deliveries, scored 63, and then got out. So CSK have a much bigger problems than just uh, Dhoni or something else. Even someone like Rachin Ravindra, I think, has a problem against the away going delivery. In the first match, Mumbai Indians didn't exploit that, but we saw whenever a bowler has tried to bowl from over the wicket and angle it away on a short of a length, let it be Hardik Pandya in the Champions Trophy, let it be England's pacers in Test cricket in the Test series against New Zealand, Brydon Cars and company, and let it be today Jofra Archer over the wicket, angled away. He also has a problem. So CSK's problems start right at the top itself.
Yeah. Tamogna Basu, CSK have to bring in Conway and play Kamboj instead of Jamie Overton. Let Conway and Rachin open Tripathi at 4 and same role like in with the same role as in SRH. Dubey at 5, Jaddu at 6. Shomik, what do you think of this lineup?
I uh, I don't think. I mean, I'm not too convinced about Tripathi at 4 and all that, but somehow they will have to include Conway to open the innings with Rachin Ravindra. They will have to bring in Devon Conway. He is too good a player to sit out, especially in this batting lineup. This batting lineup doesn't have someone who can take the Mickey out of the opposition bowlers in terms of being strong armed. Phil Salt, for example, because I'm mentioning Phil Salt time and again because he is in red hot form. So someone like that. So from that point of view, he's too good a player to be left out. He should play and he should open the innings with Rachin Ravindra. Rituraj Gaikwad then can come in at number 3, and after that, Shibam Dube has to be their number 4. I'm not absolutely. I reiterate, Rahul Tripathi is completely what he's. I mean, at this level, he will not give you anything going ahead. He will not give you. CSK are badly in their in their retention strategy. I won't say that much, but in their auction strategy, and they misread the pitches to an extent for this season. Um, so all said and done, CSK are in trouble. CSK are in trouble, and they need to get their act together very, very quickly. Otherwise, once again, this season is going to be a write-off.
Well, should I point
Let's,
to it, the question? Just
yeah,
a question,
yeah,
just
yeah.
a point that question. So I do understand where Chennai Super Kings are coming from. What they saw was Josh Hazelwood, the tall hit the deck bowler, bowling so well. They saw the other day Prasidh Krishna and the tall bowler doing well. So they somewhere decided that we also will try a tall bowler in Jamie Orton. But as I noted, he's played 110 matches, I guess. In those 110 matches, T20 matches, he's only bowled 3 overs in the power play. So basically, just because other teams are doing something, I guess Chennai Super Kings tried with Jamie Orton, but they have to look at what is exactly going to work for them rather than what exactly could work for other teams. So maybe from that point of view, they can try Kamboj is someone who makes the batter play from ball one. He doesn't do much with the ball. He's not someone who swings the ball much or doesn't seam the ball much, but he'll make the batter play from ball one, so he might get a wicket or two up front.
Let's talk about Rajasthan Royals a little bit. No solid performances from the batting lineup as such. But the question that I want to ask you guys is, 3 matches now. We've seen Riyan Parag as the skipper. Of course, it is a forced change. Samson is still in the team as a substitute or as an impact sub nonetheless. But what do you gauge of his captaincy, Shomik?
It's too early to say. I mean, I was not impressed today. I'm not taking today's case in isolation, but over the last 2 matches also, I it was not impressive, especially against KKR. Uh, he he was found out, but that can happen. He is a very young guy. He is a very young guy, and mistakes can happen. I think Rajasthan Royals' biggest problem is that, or rather, the biggest uh, the biggest setback at this moment is that Yashashi is not scoring runs. You expect Yashashi to score runs up front, right? And Yashashi is not scoring runs. So that is a big setback because when Sanju is not there as a captain, and you and Yashashi is one player, you always bank on him. Given his talent and everything, you always bank on him. So from that point of view, Yashasvi not scoring runs has been hampering them. And this is another franchise that bungled big time with the retention. Josh Butler letting him go was a blunder. Josh Butler, you are retaining Hetmeyer and allowing Josh Butler to leave. That completely defied logic. And then again, at the auction also, they didn't buy well. um, See, today, I mean, going ahead, things can change, we know, but looks unlikely. Today, we saw a match between two mid-table sides, and these two teams, unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat, they are going to finish mid-table, if not at the bottom of the table.
Yeah. Vaibhav Taragi bringing in a point about Sandeep Sharma. Sandeep is the most unsung bowler of IPL. Don't know how many times he has. There is an echo here. Okay, now it's fine. Don't know how many times he has defended games for RR in the crunch last overs. Bharat,
Yeah,
unsung bowler.
yeah, he's a kind of unsung bowler. I think his greatest strength is he bowls within his limitations. He doesn't try anything that is outside of his limitations. If we look at his lines, he always goes for the wide Yorker. That is one of his options. The other option is he will go for the slower short ball. So he knows what works for him with his lines, with his lens. He bowls according to the field that is set. That is something that's very, very, very underrated in T20 cricket, in limited overs cricket. People don't look at that because the first point that a captain wants a bowler to do, especially in the slog overs, is bowl to the field. And that is what I think Sandeep Sharma does really well. So yes, he's very unsung. But Rajasthan Royals, I think, bowled really well. Not just Sandeep in the last over. Hasaranga has got that little bit of skid back into his bowling. I think that is his greatest strength. It's not just about his variations. We have one in the Hasaranga ball, stump to stump line, and it keeps low. So he needs that little bit of skid through the air. I think that is what he showed today. And up front, I think Jofra Archer was brilliant. He got the ball to move, got the ball to obviously balled with 147, 148 kilometers per hour. Yes, he's lost his confidence in his slog overs, but up front today, I think he laid down the marker with that 3 hour spell. So they bowled well, they batted reasonably well in conditions where I think I don't think this is a flat pitch. There's a little bit in it. It's kind of a slightly two-paced deck. So Rajasthan Royals would be reasonably pleased with
Yeah.
how they played.
Shomik, I know you have to go now, but final comment. There is one comment specifically addressed to you, so we'll take that one. Phil Salt's reference makes me remember Robin Van Persie, if I'm saying that right. You don't release big players. One second. You don't release your big impact player to rival team in some league. Arsenal did it, proved historical mistake. Hope KKR doesn't prove the same.
Yeah, the absolutely, I totally agree. But the fact of the matter is that Arsenal haven't won the league since 2004, and KKR have won the league last term. So KKR are a bit ahead of Arsenal in terms of winning trophies, and Arteta is proving Arteta too is proving that he is a specialist in failure. Even after $600 million spending, he is a specialist in failure. No trophy to show for, but KKR still has trophies to show for. That is the difference.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Shomik, for joining the show. Always love your analogies, intertwining football with cricket. I learn something new every single day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gagan.
Um,
Thank you so much. And you have been spot on with your assessment as regards to today they played Vijay Shankar also. Although he didn't
yeah.
score too many runs, but in terms of
Mhm.
making Vijay Shankar ahead of Deepak Huda, you are absolutely spot on with your assessment.
Well, thank you so much. We'll meet you tomorrow once again. Naman Suri joins us. Naman, you've just written the post-match report. What is your highlight of this match? Tell me.
I mean, highlight goes to that catch by Shimron Meyer, breaking the thousands of hearts that were present in Guwahati to see their idol final. I mean, one more time winning it off for their favorite franchisee. But yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal performance by Nitish Rana and Hasaranga. Both of them finally showed up. I think Nitish Rana would have showed up earlier as well in the earlier matches. I think he is, more comfortable in that spot, in that number three spot. And Ryan Parag, I think it was a bit riskier given that he had to face new ball. The openers were not working. So I think Nitish Rana coming up before Ryan Parag worked wonders for them. He came out and gave, I mean, pushed CSK on the back foot immediately from the onset and took the attack to them. He had a very high strike rate against Ashwin, somewhere around 186 in the previous IPL encounters that he has faced him, and have never been gotten out to him. So I think putting Ashwin against him, I that was the idea. I think from RR perspective, because Ashwin has been bowling in the power play, and they wanted to counter someone these spinners from with a perspective with that perspective, and Nitish Rana being a spin basher, he did his job perfectly well today. 82 runs, 81 runs in 36 balls. I think that put Rajasthan in a good position. I think they could have pulled off 200 today. Their middle order, lower middle order again faltered, but yeah, they did pretty well in the bowling department, in the fielding department to wrap things off finally for them.
Bharat, we've talked plenty about CSK, but we've missed talking about the leading man. Ruturaj Gaikwad has been leading from the front. Look at his innings today as well. 63 runs, 44 balls. I think he was trying to do the job, and yes, because of Hasaranga striking at very crucial, pivotal moments, it sort of broke the momentum of the chase. But Ruturaj Gaikwad did certainly do his part.
Yeah, he did his part, but I just added a point to it. If you're going to play an anchor type innings, then it is your job to carry it forward and ensure that you get the team past the finish line. You take 44 deliveries fine because the conditions were not that easy. It was not an absolute road or a batting paradise. You score 63 fine. But once you have taken those 44 deliveries in conditions where it is a little too paced, then it becomes your job to take the side past the finish line because you have got set, you have got your eye in, you understand the conditions very well. So, but we can't blame the highest scorer. So they have much bigger problems at the top of the order. As I noted, it's not just about Rahul Tripathi, it's not just about Deepak Koda. Even if you look at Sachin Ravindra, when the bowlers are bowling that particular length, short of length, and taking the ball away from the left-handed Rachin Ravindra. He has had problems in the last few months only when the seamers have bowled that particular length. So they have problems against pace, against hard length, against high pace and hard length. So uh, I think that is where I believe CSK have to really look hard at somehow fix that top order. I don't know how they will. Maybe get Conway, but currently it's not looking good.
I
Yeah.
just add a stat to that.
So
What I heard from the broadcasters that CSK has not pulled off a chase of 180 plus since 2019. So it's been 6 years
yes.
since they did that. And the other being with Ruturaj Gaikwad, this innings was a very important one from his perspective because he is averaging around 9.5 when it comes to chases of 175 plus for Chennai. So, I mean, it was a big innings for him, mentally at least.
There's one comment here by Fitmong. A few years back, Dhoni would have cleared the fence easily on the delivery he got out today. But you cannot fight with age. You have to accept it. Bharat, you've talked about this multiple times about brand, about pulling a crowd. This is bigger than just MS Dhoni, the player. This is about CSK, its identity, and its hero.
Yeah, so the question how to answer this question, Dhoni's age
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah, see, obviously, see, I'll go back to an article written by Martin Crowe. That was back in 2012. He was talking about Tendulkar's decline. He told that more than ice, your body basically slows down. Basically, your knees, your ankles, all this you need to really land those big sixes. You want to have your hamstring, everything has to move quickly. Then only you can get to the ball, pitch of the ball and hit it for a six. So obviously, at the age of 43, even if Dhoni tries his best, even if he works on his farm or drives a tractor or whatever it is to keep himself fit, the age will catch up. Your mind might say or give signals to your body, move forward, but the knees or the ankles won't move like you really want to. So obviously that's a problem for MS Dhoni. So, and even in spin bowling, if you notice, actually in the last some months, I just saw some stat as well, I guess, but based on what I've seen as well, MS Dhoni has been struggling against spin bowling quite a bit in the last many months, the last couple of seasons in the IPL. So I think MS Dhoni obviously age is catching up with him. But yeah, as you know, is for CSK, MS Dhoni is all about emotion for their fans. I've seen it at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Oh my God, it feels like MS Dhoni is a bigger brand at Chinnaswamy. Sometimes, on occasions, it feels that way. Not all the time. So just to ensure that Virat Kohli fans don't get angry here. But at times, even at Chinnaswamy, it feels like MS Dhoni fans. MS Dhoni has more fans than Kohli's fans at times.
Oh, big
At times, yes.
comment.
At times.
Okay,
Yeah, that's how
okay,
it
we
feels
get that.
because so many
At
with
times
MS.
is very important in this
Yes.
context. We get it, we get it. Naman, finally, let's take the final comment from you. Let's talk about the man who truly made this possible for Rajasthan Royals, which is Vanindu Hasaranga. 4 wickets, and he was brilliant. And one interesting part about his bowling today is every time he got a wicket, a delivery before he went for a six. I think that was crazy how they would hit him for a six, and then the very next ball, every batter would get out.
Yeah, I mean, it was peak Hasaranga today. That is why he got the big bucks. That is why he is so much wanted across the world for what he delivers. Today they caught him up at for to bat up above Hetmeyer because of the reason that he had some. I mean, he can smash that 20 odd runs in the middle against the spin. That is what he has been doing across other leagues, but not in the IPL. And I think that is not working out. But today with the ball, what was required he did. Yeah, I mean, that is a very coincidental thing that he was smashed for a six every prior ball he got the wicket. So I mean, that is something interesting. I think he just got that pushpa arc going for him the next ball. And I think that did wonders for him. He said that in the post match that he heard someone, I think he talked some person spoke to him about pushpa, and from there he got I mean, fascinated with him. So I think that whole behavior, that demeanor got into him, and just wanted that revenge of the six.
Pushpa is big with international cricketers, especially the ones that are very involved in IPL. For some reason, I'm not sure why it's so influential. I haven't seen the movie, so maybe I'll get inspired too. But thank you so much, Naman and Bharat, for joining the show. We'll be back tomorrow as well. So don't forget to join us then. And to everyone who's watching, don't forget to also like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.